Hello listeners, it's Gruntle here, back with another podcast. This one's featuring Wench, another live streamer on Twitch, who also plays a lot of Borderlands stuff. There's nothing else I really need to say except I hope you enjoy. Testing. I think we're good, audio's on, everything's going alright. Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Gruntle, my real name is Kai, and it's time to cast another pod. I'm here with another wonderful streamer this week. It's a lovely lady that streams Borderlands all the damn time. She loves coffee, gaming, and talking to her many followers. It's Wench. Kitch, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I'm actually really excited.
Yeah, me too. It should be fun.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, just before we get started, I'll let everybody know the format of the podcast. So basically this is so that people can learn about the woman behind the streams, I guess. And as with the other podcasts, we'll start with talking about how you got into gaming, and then kind of your evolution into streaming. And then if we get time at the end, oh no, we will have time at the end, of course. I mean, come on. We'll get into what you're currently doing on Twitch, and what you're looking forward to in the future. And we'll end on a bit of a Q&A, so if anyone in Twitch chat wants to stick around and ask some questions at the end, we'll get to those. Alright.
Yay.
So, Kitch, when did you first start gaming?
I don't remember how old I was.
Do you remember what the system was, or the?
Yeah, it was. Well, until it broke, it was the original Atari. Oh God, I'm old. It was the original Atari. We had Pong and.
Pong.
There was one other. I know, right? And then there was a space game, where you'd shoot the little aliens out the sky. I don't know. But that broke pretty quickly because we got it at a garage sale, so it was total hand me down.
All right.
And then we got the original Nintendo. That was awesome. We got the Duck Hunt package with Mario and Duck Hunt.
Oh.
And yeah.
I don't know Duck Hunt. I know Mario, but I don't know Duck Hunt.
You know Mario. Yeah.
Yeah, just to let you know, any references to old games, I probably won't understand half of them. But you can make them anyway because they'll be interesting to other people, I'm sure.
No, that's totally fine. Yeah, I forget the names of a lot of them, but
right.
Yeah, Duck Hunt was really bad. You had a controller that was in the shape of a gun, and you had this asshole dog that was your hunting dog on the screen, and so you had to stand and try and shoot the ducks with your stupid gun controller, and when you missed the duck, the dog would do this awful snicker at you, and it was you asshole dog. Oh man. Yeah, so that was a fun game, and then Mario, and then I loved Mario. So
it's a standout game to you?
Yeah, those my roots.
Sweet.
My roots were Mario and Duck Hunt for the most part. I mean,
did you spend a lot of time playing those, or were they just kind of every now and then you played them?
Oh no, I played them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Yeah. And then back when you could actually go to the store and rent video games, it wasn't a Blockbuster. That was pretty common. That was a pretty common video rental place, but because I grew up in a really small town, so it was just a local shop that you could rent video games at. So we would go and rent video games for the weekend, and so I got to try out all sorts of different things, but I didn't play them because I didn't own them. So they don't stick in my mind because I actually owned Mario and Duck Hunt. So I played those all the time. But The only other game that I played on Nintendo that I was so good at, I'm so ashamed kind of to say this, was the Little Mermaid game. And that was the first game I ever beat all the way through. Like, start to finish, Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. I didn't know that was a game.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. It's terrible.
What did that actually involve? Was it another kind of platformy game, or?
It's very much like Mario, where you would have to grab things, and she would like kick things with her tail. And you've seen Little Mermaid the cartoon? Please tell me you have, or
I've seen the movie. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Good. It's based on the movie. That's fine.
Right.
The big boss at the end is Ursula, and you have to you have to steal her little Triton thing, and it's really bad. It's really bad, but I beat it. Very excited.
So that was the first game that you ever beat?
Yeah, that was the very first game that I ever was actually able to beat.
Were you not able to beat Duck Hunt, or was there kind of no end to those games?
No, like Duck Hunt, I'm sure there was an end, but it got progressively harder, and the controller really sucked. So, it was kind of like you kind of rage quit that game. Right. That was my very first rage quit experience. Just
because that dog's snickering you at you the whole time.
Yes, that asshole dog. I don't think I ever actually beat Mario. I think I would get really, really close and then die. So I don't think I ever actually completed it. I would actually be interested in streaming it again, getting some sort of like online simulator and
go back
and do it again. I think I might have to do that and try that.
Little Mermaid maybe as well. You could do that too.
Oh my god, that would be so epic! Like Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
The only problem is you can't pause like those games. Like you could pause the game, but there was no save and quit.
Oh, so you have to leave it open somewhere or complete it
and
in
hope
one
your
day.
Machine doesn't turn on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you would sit and complete it in that like 6 to 8 hour time frame that it would take you to complete the game. And you could pause, run upstairs and get a sandwich from mom. That's
amazing.
You had to complete it. You had to complete the game. You couldn't save and quit, which is weird. It's really weird to think. I remember when you could actually, the very first game that ever had a save point that I played was Tomb Raider. It was like, oh my god, you can save the game.
It's a whole new world.
It was like one of those like, moments. Yeah. Wow. I feel like such a dork saying that, but it's true.
Well, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So were there any other kind of games that you went on and played? I'm sure there were.
Not that I can think of from that console. I switched to Sega once I could afford to get a Sega, and I got a Sega Genesis. And Sonic. I was all about that Sonic. I loved that game. I could defeat Sonic pretty quickly. It would take me about 6 hours, start to finish.
Pretty quickly.
The game. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick.
So you're kind of speed running it almost.
Yeah. Well, after a while, it was like, I don't care about how many freaking coins I have endless lives,
Right.
You'd do the Konami is it Konami code? Whatever, and you'd have like endless lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Is that how you played it the whole time?
No, not until I, learned how to cheat.
Right.
I used to be innocent.
Right.
You'd think I would give everything now. And I'm like, I don't even know how to give anything. Sure. No.
It's just a different once I figured out gaming that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you couldn't save, and you only had a certain amount of lives until you had to start all the way back at the beginning. And after a while, it got to be boring because it was just like, I've already played this level over and over and over again. So after a while, I would be like, okay, that's it. I'm going to get 99 lives because you couldn't go up to 100. So it was 99 lives, and I'm going to get to other levels that I want to complete that you couldn't get access to if you weren't fantastic.
Yeah.
What else? I can't think of any other games. I'm terrible.
Oh, that's fine.
That's kind of like the history. That's the history of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you move on to Xbox or PlayStation when they came out?
PlayStation. Yeah, we got a PlayStation, just standard PlayStation. And that was fun.
What did you have on that?
Oh my.
Did you have Spyro?
I did have Spyro.
Loved that game.
I loved Spyro. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot?
Yep, Crash Bandicoot.
Gotta have that.
God, I don't remember if I ever completed Crash Bandicoot, but man, that game was fun.
I think
I'm compiling a mental list of all
Crash Bandicoot 2, I think I managed to get to... I managed to complete all the levels, but I didn't get all the gems or anything like that.
Yeah.
I was on the way to it, though.
I'm compiling the list of all the games that I need to go back in and
you're doing that while
replay.
you... Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what can I play? All these old games. That'd be fantastic. I
guess there's PlayStation emulators.
Oh my gosh, I'm so going to look into that. That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be so much fun. I played a lot of like Silent Hill. I played all the Silent Hill games on there.
Okay.
On PlayStation. Resident Evil, which I like the older Resident Evil Silent Hill game. Now they're a little too gory for me and too jump scary, and I don't like it.
Have you played the HD remaster of the first one?
No, I want to though. It's on my wish list. I think I'm gonna get it. I really, really, really wanna play that. I think that'd be a lot of fun because it's not too icky, and I don't know. They get a little bit too gory now.
It's more of a tension thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, the first one, it's just like it's a high anxiety kind of game, and I'm fine with that. But when they get way too jump scary and gory, I can't. I have no desire to play it. I can't do it. It freaks me out. I'm like, then I don't sleep.
You gotta have your sleep.
I gotta have my beauty sleep. No, I do. I just like I'm not into the horror games. I actually have Evil Within in my Steam playlist, and I'm like, I'm never gonna play this game. This is before I knew that you could add games to like your game inventory.
Yeah. Like
your gift inventory, and not just put it in your library. So I was like, thanks for that game. I'm not ever going to play that. And I realized, oh, right. So now I just have this game that I'm never going to play in my game inventory. They can't do anything with it, but whatever. People are like, oh, why don't you play that game? Because no.
Because no.
Because no. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think of any other games. I'm terrible at this.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to know every game. Just the ones that stand out are probably the important ones to talk about. If you can't think of any more.
Fun.
Oh, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. Yeah, like I think that's pretty much it. Like most of them, like a lot of them, I really I played and then would go back through and play again. But I didn't. I missed the like I jumped around from like PlayStation games, like PlayStation exclusive games, because I was PlayStation, and then I went Xbox 360, and now I'm onto PC. So Resident Evil, that was another good one. But yeah, I kind of like jumped around consoles a lot. So like a lot of the diehard console fan like people and games, I'm like, I kind of played like maybe a version of that. But I didn't play the whole series of it because that was back when they had the,
exclusives.
Yeah, a lot more exclusives than they do now. They're interested in selling games now whereas before it was like, you need to buy our console and our game only. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
And they kind of don't really do that too much anymore.
Well, everyone gets annoyed when they do it.
Well, yeah, because it's like, I want to play. Yeah. You're going to invest that much in a game. You would think that... I mean, the hardware is almost all the same on both consoles, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then PC users, I mean, thank God for Steam.
Yeah. Steam is great.
Steam's the best thing ever. I love it. I love it.
So did you? So you went to, from PlayStation to Xbox 360, you said?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I jumped from PlayStation to 360, and then I have a PS4 and an Xbox One that I just split between me and Jake. So I have both of them now, but for the most part, I only have them because streaming. You know, if something is a non-PC based game, you know, like Destiny. If I want to stream some Destiny, I have to have a console.
Yeah.
If I want to do it. So I was like, okay, I want to stream some Destiny, so I got to get a console to do it. But
have you used them very much, or are they just kind of sitting there?
No, they're just kind of sitting there. They're just kind of sitting there. If I haven't played Destiny, I'll play that on the PS4. But for the most part, I like playing on the PC. Yeah, it's better. It's faster. It loads.
Multitasking and all the different things that you can do.
Yeah. It's nicer. Plus, that load time. Yeah. And the graphics are beautiful. It's like,
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have the money for a PC,
that's a good thing. I mean, if you can build it yourself or like watch a video to build it yourself, you save so much money.
Yeah, or
you can build really decent.
Even if
you know somebody,
you can buy all of the parts and then get someone else to build it for like $50 or a small fee or something like that.
Yeah,
that's still better than buying a console or something like that.
Yeah,
well, and then
you're upgradable.
About the same price. Yeah, upgrade as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas with a console, you're stuck. Yeah. I mean, you're stuck with that. You can't upgrade it. You know.
Although the thing with consoles is the multiplayer split screen casual jumping game type thing,
which is nice. That's very, very nice. Whereas a computer, it's nice to be able to have your console and just on your TV, sit back on your couch. Yeah, and
they've got their place.
Yeah. Which is fantastic. Except for all of mine are back in the office now because of streaming. So it's like I sit in my chair. So if I want to game casually, not on stream, I still have to go back in my office to game because everything's in the back.
Or you just unplug all of the things and drag them through.
Carry it back out to the couch and do it. Yeah.
It's just way more effort.
I know. Then it's where it's like, I just want to game casually. It's too much work. I'll just turn it on and sit back here.
Just buy another one of each and then put
Oh yeah, I'll just pay. I used to tell my mom that. I used to tell my mom that all the time when I was a little girl and I didn't understand money. My mom would write a check for things and I used to just say, we'll just pay a check, Mom. So I was just like, I'll just pay a check for another console and I'll just put it out front.
Yeah, do it. Were there any kind of standout games on 360 that you played? I guess you played. Did you play Borderlands 2 on 360?
I played Borderlands on 360. Yeah, I took kind of about a 6-year gap of playing video games because I was running the farm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, hence part of the name.
Right. Yeah.
And so I didn't really game much in that time frame because I didn't have the time to game. And then once...
But did you miss it, or was it just that you were doing... Okay.
I did miss it. I did miss it because it's nice to just unplug and check out.
Unplug and plug in, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like where you unplug from reality and you're just immersed into a game. Yeah. And, but, you know, as soon as I got away from the farm and we sold it, and it was like, wow, I really miss this. And then I started getting into Borderlands at the same time that kind of like the farm stuff was winding down. I was getting into Borderlands, Borderlands 2, I should say, and was really, really enjoying that. And then it kind of was the slingshot into kind of what I'm doing now. Was the, all right, I'm done really doing this farm thing. It's fun, but I need to move on and start gaming again. And so once I got into Borderlands, I was like, yes, I seriously miss this. This is awesome.
So are you kind of playing many hours a day on Borderlands, or was it just when you had a chance?
Usually in the evenings, a couple hours in the evenings. It was kind of that, like, go to work, finish dinner, finish any chores, whatever, and then unplug into the game.
Yeah.
You know, and then we'd set up play dates on the weekend with Jake and his two brothers.
Right.
And we would play Borderlands and
Sweet.
Rec Shop, which was fun. That's where Broco came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was what got you interested. Oh wow. Okay. Language.
I English good.
Yeah. So that's what got you interested in live streaming then. Was just doing the 4-player gaming on the weekend type things, or?
Yeah. Well, the boys kind of started, and I was the honorary brother. Was Broco, and that's what it means, is brothers co-op. So I'm the honorary bro, and they started a YouTube channel, and we're just doing. It was for fun at first. They wanted it to take off, but YouTube is. The market for Borderlands YouTubers is so competitive that it just, I mean, had they gotten into making Borderlands videos right at first, like when the game first came out, I think they would have done really well, and they probably would have continued Broco, but because it's just a really fierce market, I guess, for YouTube videos.
It's kind of saturated.
It's saturated, yeah. And they do a really good job, and they make really great videos, but it's just, it didn't take off the way they wanted it to. And so Twitch kind of fell in my lap. I don't even remember. Oh, I think I was watching the Philip DeFranco show. Yeah, that's how it was. And isn't it amazing? Yay, memories. And he started talking about Twitch, and I was like, what is this? I don't know what this is. And so I started going onto Twitch and just kind of happenstance by it. And I was like, you know what? People watch other people gaming. If you can be social at all, I should do this. Like, you guys can make the videos in your antisocial way, and I'll go on the social.
And,
yeah.
So did the brothers not do any streaming? Was it just you? Or
no, it was always just me.
Right.
It was always just me. None of the other boys had any desire to stream at all. And
so the reason that you made it Broco was just to kind of have cross branding between that and the YouTube?
Exactly. Yeah. That it was just like I kind of fell under the umbrella of that. For the original name, Broco, and it was like, okay, well, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Twitch, and it was just the whole branding package of Broco Gaming. Well, when Twitch started to take off for me under Broco, we started having the discussions of, I would go into other people's chats, and everybody would call me Kitsch, but my name would be Broco Gaming. Because I'd go into other people's chats as Broco Gaming, and then it would confuse the hell out of other streamers. Like, who is this Kitsch?
Yeah.
Like, there is no Kitsch in chat. Like, you can see Kitsch in Kitchen Wench. You can figure out who they're talking to. But when I would go in under Broco Gaming, it would just really confuse other streamers. And it was just confusing for a lot of people who were not in on the history of it. Yeah. So
I know I kind of steered away from your stream when I first started looking at streams. I was like, it says Broco, but there's a woman there.
I'm
confused. I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to go somewhere else.
Exactly. It is. It's confusing. And, for a branding standpoint, that was not a good thing. So we decided, we all kind of sat down and we're like, okay, listen, I should probably, because if I'm going to do it, I need to do it now while I'm not partnered. I am small enough. It's like the impact of my growth on Twitch is going to be minimalized if I just make the break and rebrand myself as Kitchen Wench. Try and take as many followers as possible.
Do it now or don't do it ever.
And just, do it now or just don't do it ever. And so I was like, all right, that's it. So we all sat down and just decided on it. I think the boys are going to kind of casually do Broco, but they're not going to spend nearly as much time on it. And then the channel for Broco Gaming is just going to sit out there. And if one day one of the guys wants to stream, I mean, I'm not going to say never, but it's highly unlikely, then it's there for them. But then they rebranded me as Kitchen Wench under my gamer tag, and away we went with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of the evolution of how I fell on my face on Twitch. I didn't know about it, and then I was just like, oh, this seems fun.
Yeah.
Let's try this out. And then it kind of started to take off, and I was like, wow, okay, I should probably plan for things a bit better.
Yeah. So I guess you had all of the stuff to be able to stream by the other guys doing the YouTube stuff?
For the most part, I mean, I started streaming just using the 360. So I just had to get an Elgato, and then I used my laptop to be able to see chat. So my laptop would do all the OBS stuff.
Yeah.
And then I would just I had a split window of OBS and then my chat, and I just had it like right in front of me when I would start streaming.
Yeah. It's
and
kind of what I did.
Was terrible. Yeah.
Like because I only had one monitor to begin with. I had to have game full screen, otherwise it would be terrible for me gaming.
Yeah.
And I had no way to look at chat, so I had to put my laptop. I had to like squish it in beside my monitor, and I was always like glancing between them. So difficult.
It is. It's really difficult just being able to see your chat and game at the same time, and just the layout of what you really do need to look like you have your shit together, to kind of pass like you know what you're doing a little bit. And that was a lot of fun. I started just out in the living room with my the headset that I use and the mic that I use, and I really love this headset.
I guess you didn't have a webcam?
No, I didn't have a webcam, or I was using the laptop's built-in webcam.
Oh,
it was so bad. Yeah. The beginning days, and then we just kind of slowly asked for a bunch of things for Christmas, from family, or for Amazon gift cards from family, so that I could kind of piece together different things that I need, like the webcam or the mic and mic stand. We had the microphone that I use right now for voiceovers for the Broco stuff. So it just kind of got repurposed. And then I don't use an Elgato now. Eventually we had a monitor, so I only had to buy a second monitor because we had a computer that we just kind of piecemealed together to make it the streaming PC, but we made it a little bit too buff for a streaming PC, and so we just added a nicer graphics card, and now that's the PC that I game on. And now it can do dual monitor. So when I got the second monitor, I have the dual monitor setup. I still don't have a good keyboard and mouse, so I'm relegated to controller because I can't game with the keyboard and mouse that I have right now. It's kind of your standard, very terrible. You really like one-click mouse and wheel.
Yep.
I can't game with it, so I just use the controller now.
How amazing
so almost
was
everything.
It? How amazing was it to go from one monitor to two?
Oh my god, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
I know what you mean.
And it's where it's just like, wow, I can look at the game and read chat at the same time, and do all the things.
Yeah, do all the things, like, all over the things.
Well, people give you a video, and it's like, I can't watch that. Like, unless I close entirely out of the game and you get a black screen behind me, I can't look at what you've posted to me in chat. And now I can, which is really nice. Which is really, really nice. Yeah. It's really nice to be able to actually stream, too, in a higher quality. Because when I first started, I was on 360. And the 360 quality is not good. And it doesn't stream well. And it's glitchy as all get out. Because it's a 9-year-old system. I mean, it doesn't have any memory. It can't do anything. So once I actually jumped up to PC streaming, and I was like, oh my god, look at those videos. Wow. Look at that quality. It was awesome. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's kind of how I stream now, is in the back bedroom. I have my little office with my lights and my sound blankets because I'm in an apartment, so I try to be quiet.
Are your sound blankets just blankets, or?
No, they're actual sound blankets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to get some for my room as well.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. We got ones for when we were doing the voiceovers for Broco.
Okay.
So to make the closet, because in the house that we were in, or our farm was at, it was hardwood floors, and the echo was unbelievable. So we bought some sound blankets to try to dampen that. But now we're in a carpeted apartment, so I just put the sound blankets up to really deaden the sound. So I don't feel bad if I'm gaming later at night.
Right.
I don't feel like I'm gonna, wake up the neighbors downstairs. Yeah. Not that I'm gonna rage quit anything or throw my controller around, but I could.
But think of the followers you would get if you did that.
But I could. I just need to play something aggravating like Mario Kart or something that I would just have to.
Duck Hunt.
I don't know. Duck Hunt. Yeah, that's what I need to do.
With the original controller.
I need to get me that controller. I don't know how we can do that. Notes to self: look into Duck Hunt on PC.
So the green screen that you've got, did you have that before you started streaming, or was that another addition to your?
No, that's an addition. Yeah. Before, you used to be able to see my living room, my kitchen, and the running joke with my chat was, "There's a man in your kitchen stealing your food." It was Jake. It was really funny because you could see him in the back, and then he would wave to my chat back behind me. And yeah, but the green screen it's a nice fun addition. It's just green cloth that I got from Amazon really rather cheaply, and then I just stretched it across the whole wall, so it looks really weird when I actually Skype call with my family. And there's just this green background behind me. They're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Never mind, it's the green screen."
I'm a professional gamer, guys. Come on,
I'm professional. I look really cool. Ish. Yeah.
I'm actually quite jealous of your green screen, to be honest. It does look really cool.
You just have to get your desk set up where you have a wall behind you.
Yeah, that's my problem.
That's the problem, yeah, for a lot of people, where it's just like you could be turned in a weird way and you don't have a wall behind you, or you have a window. And then the other issue with green screens is lighting. So like when I'm back in here, I have one of the sound blankets cover the window, which is a black blanket. And that window doesn't open, because that's the problem with good green screening, is you have to have even inconsistent lighting. So for most people, they're like, "Oh, I have a really good green screen during the day, and but at night it's terrible and it's grainy and pixelated." And it's like, well, that's because it's well lit during the day, but at night you don't have enough lights around you.
How many lights do you have?
4.
I have just 4 for the green screen, or
just to light up the whole area? Yeah, for me, for lights at my face and the green screen behind me.
Right.
So I went to and it's not sexy. I mean, I can take a picture of it and post it to YouTube or to Twitter. They're not sexy lights. It's 2 like hanging just light bulb on a string, that plugs into the wall. And I got on Amazon paper globe lanterns.
Okay.
And so they're hung from the ceiling, just like this string from the ceiling, and these globes that are in front of me to light up my face and the desk. Yeah.
I've got this. I've got a light, but it's like it's supposed to be a table lamp type thing, but it's like this strip of, I don't know, 20 LEDs, white LEDs or something.
Yeah.
So it lights up my face quite well, but because usually it's supposed to face downwards and the light bounces off the desk or whatever and out into the room. But
yes,
I'm
it's
having
ambient, kind of.
Yeah, I'm having it facing straight at my face, so really bright LEDs, which is horrible for me.
It's hard to game.
And yeah, it is quite hard, especially with dark games. And then you've got like only one half of the face is actually lit up properly, because I can't have it in the middle because that's where my monitor is.
That's why these guys hang from the ceiling.
Yeah. I've got to figure out some way of diffusing the light from this, or maybe buy a second one as well, and diffuse the light.
And see if you can get it was just a paper lantern. I think it was like a 16-inch paper lantern, and it came with 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And it was really chintzy, and you just open it up, and it's this nice, pretty globe. And then I hang the light down inside it, and I just use like zip ties to hook it to the metal frame in the little globe. I mean, it's very like DIY. It's very pieced, together. And then the 2 big lights are fluorescent shop lights, like you would find them out in a garage.
Oh, the long ones?
Yeah, long and skinny, and they're hung vertically, not horizontally. And we got, this is another thing that I got for Christmas, it was actually Jake's birthday, were lamp stands. And so we hooked them, I think via zip tie. Yep. I'm looking at them now. We hung them vertically and then pointed them ambiently at the green screen so it lights up behind me, so the green screen is evenly lit. So the globes take the light in front of me, and then the long shop lights take the light behind me.
Right.
So that to light up the green screen. Yes, it's very ghetto. And then all the cords, and the desk is like plop in the middle of the room. I mean, it looks really like, what are you doing in this room?
But at least it looks really good on stream.
It looks really great on screen.
Yeah, it's like perfect. You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know that it's totally ghetto fabulous, but yeah. And then my little arm that I have my Blue Yeti, but I need to get a more of a shotgun microphone. Mm-hmm. So that way it's I can move it a little bit better, and it's just like straight at my voice, so it doesn't pick up so much ambient room noise. But that's a future purchase.
That's when you become rich and famous.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, I'm done really spending money. I mean, I have my Patreon, and so when things get funded through my Patreon page, I buy the things that they have funded for me.
Yeah.
But things like that. But and then just saving for all the little things to help upgrade the stream slow and steady. Is the plan,
Well, you've got all of the basics and more.
I got it covered.
Make things better rather than actually make them appear in the first place. So that's good.
Yeah. I kind of just pieced it all together at first, and then now it looks professional. Now it's just a matter of, or like tonight, I was having all the hell with my alerts. So it's like you can be awesome at streaming, but you're still technology based, and technology is still gonna smack you around a little bit and be like, I win. Thanks, technology. Could you please just work for me and not make me look like a complete noob? But
if you want some good notifications, the T notifier, the host the host notification is broken. Ignore that one. But the follow notifications and donation notifications work perfectly.
See, that I've had no problem with Nightbot either. Night Dev.
Yeah.
I just switched to these guys because they handle your host donation and follow.
Yeah.
And I liked their dashboard. I liked their dashboard a lot, and that you could really mess with the CSS to make your
make it look how you want it.
You could animate it, in a way that you could really mess with it, and I really, really liked that. But it's not grabbing the correct name, and I don't understand why. So troubleshooting will be had after we're done with the podcast. I'm going to be like, all right, so
we'll have a quick look at T-Notifier as well, see if they...
Yeah, I'm going to. That's good.
Is the Twitch notifier thing that you use, is it free or...
It's free, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah. It's free unless you can use it for donations. Then they take it's like 1% from your total donations for the month and they run a whole dashboard for you. You can download it into like your accounting program and things like that. So it's really, it's really, really professional. And I really like that because it helps me keep my donation, like current donation, things like that in check. And I can make my list of everybody that's donated, and I can kind of show that off. And it just really, I don't know, I just really,
so it's
really
all
like
in one
dashboard.
place. That's pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, which is nice. Which is very, very nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So I guess that's all of the technical background stuff that's going on with your stream. What are some of the most fun moments that you've had while streaming? What has been the best kind of time that you've had streaming?
Oh my God, that's a great question.
If you can think of it.
Well, that happens a lot. Sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint like one moment, but it happens a lot, and it's usually when they make me laugh. Like these guys make me laugh a lot. They'll get me, and God,
Twitch chat can be hilarious.
Oh God, yeah, they can be so funny, and they'll get me just laughing. And usually it's all in fun, so we like to poke fun. Usually at my expense, which I'm fine with.
You're just a clown.
I'm fun to be made fun of. It's okay. I'm alright with it. Oh my God, but a specific incident. Oh my God, that is so difficult. Usually it has something to do with when the game what the fucks? And then where you're just like, are you seeing what's happening on my screen right now?
Yeah.
And then the jokes ensue from whatever is happening with the game. That gets fun. I know when I was playing Tomb Raider, the jokes about the bow and arrow were nonstop, and that was funny. But I can't think of like
what kind of bow and arrow jokes?
Oh, they're just, overly sexual, completely terrible,
right.
And she's muddy and dirty and bloody, and yeah, it gets real bad. It gets real bad where I'm just like, oh my God, you're a bunch of pigs. The lot of you, I love you all. I think you're hilarious. Yeah. That's a really great question, though.
I guess you could just say that the most fun thing about streaming is Twitch chat. Yeah,
you can't do it without your chat. It's no fun without your chat. I mean, like it's when your chat is fun and they're like talking to you and they're active and they're telling you stories and they're telling you jokes and they make you laugh, and that's why you stream. That's why you stream. Like you don't. Otherwise, it's just you playing by yourself in a room.
Yeah.
Like chat has all the power over your streamer. And like, your mods try to help keep everything in line, but for the most part, it's like if your chat is running well, like when you get off a stream, you talk about what a good stream you had. You're not talking about the game. Like it's not, oh, I got so many legendaries. It's, oh my God, they told me this joke, and oh yeah, they had me rolling, and this was really fun, and I got to see this person, and I haven't seen them in a really long time, or. You get the stories from PC. Like I'm a stories girl, so I like to remember. I try to remember everybody's thing, like something about everybody.
Yeah.
And I try to remember to ask them about whatever it was that we talked about the last time I saw them. So they're kind of like they're my little family, and yeah, I really love my chat. I know I kind of dork out a little bit about it, but I really love my chat. I can't do it without them.
Chat is definitely the best thing about streaming, which can also be the worst thing about streaming when it's non-existent or when it's a bit of a terrible day. But the non-existent I've had a bit of lately because I've been trying out Hitbox.
Oh, how has that gone for you?
Well, I mean, no one watched me at all except one person who was watching my Twitch stream right before I switched over to Hitbox, came over and had a wee chat. But it's there's not enough people on there to watch all of the different streams that are going on, so most of them don't have any viewers. It's really unfortunate because the service, the platform, is amazing. It's better than Twitch in a lot of aspects. Yeah. It's just the community's not there, and the community's the thing that makes it fun and makes you want to do it. So unfortunate, but
it's hard when you talk to like brand new streamers, or just like, how do you get people to watch you? And it's like, you just keep streaming. You just keep streaming, and you just keep talking to your chat. And what I really found is stream with someone, like game with someone, even if they're not a streamer, because your banter with that other person is engaging enough. If you can't, because you gotta talk to your chat all the time. Well, if you got no chat to talk to,
you're either just talking to yourself or you're silent.
You're talking to yourself. It's really dead. It's really boring. It's not boring for you necessarily because you're engaged in the game, but it's harder to watch if you have people that just like to lurk and don't like to engage in chat, which I have a lot of people that just might say a few things and then move on, or just lurk, and they just hang out, but they're not chatters.
Yeah.
And
if there's nothing interesting, then they don't really want to stick around.
Yeah, and so like I found that if you're a new streamer, game with people, or game with people that are in your stream.
That's good advice, I reckon.
If they can't talk to you in stream, like for me when I was on 360, I couldn't get their voices into my ear, so I couldn't hear them. Ooh. So they would talk to me in my chat. So it was always delayed. Right. Like I would say something like, okay, guys, let's go do whatever, this boss. And they'd have to wait the 30 seconds to be able to hear me because they're listening to the stream. And then they would reply to me in stream, like in chat. So, which is fine. It's a little bit delayed, and it's a crude method, but it does work, and it engages more people to stream with you, to game with you, to...
And then it presents more situations that are interesting and fun for you as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just like, game with people, even if they're not streamers and they're just friends of yours. Game with and talk with them, because jumping into somebody who's having a good time and having fun, and then if the person who's in chat says hi, and the streamer actually says, "Hey, how are you tonight? Me and so are just." We're going to go kill Terramorphous or whatever, then you're engaged, and they can kind of listen in on your private conversation in your stream with your other person, and then chat occasionally. And I find that is one of the best ways to help brand new streamers, because it's hard to talk to yourself the whole time.
Yeah, that's
because kind of what you're doing.
I was going to ask what advice you had for new streamers, so now I don't need to ask that because you've done it already.
Got it. Nailed it.
What am I going to do now? I don't have any questions left. There's nothing to say.
Right. They'll come up with questions. Like your chat will come up with questions for you.
I got a few more questions before we get to the Q&A part. Just to do with what you do outside of streaming currently. So you stream quite a lot. You stream almost every day. I think I looked at your Twitch page, and it was something like Monday and Thursday you take off. And the other days you have at least one stream for a couple or a few hours. I'm not sure how long you stream for.
Yeah, and this is actually the least amount that I've been streaming lately, just because I started a new job. It's at the same place, but I got promoted. So nice.
Congratulations.
Yay! Yes, I moved from lowest office grunt to middle office grunt, which is yay, pay raise. But it's more hours, and so I'm trying to figure out what is a good streaming schedule for me, so that's still very malleable at this point right now. But my days off are Monday and Thursday.
I've had to change up my my schedule as well, because I started uni, and so Before that, it was
How's it going
a
for
9
you?
to 5 job, and I could stream almost every night. But now I have to work as well as uni, and
Yeah.
it's all very difficult. But yeah, uni's going well.
Yeah.
Had a few.
Are you going full time?
Well, full time is 4 papers, and I'm doing
Uh-huh.
3 papers because I wanted to ease myself back into learning and things like that. Are you still sick?
Nice.
Should you
I
be
am.
talking?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Every now and then I'll get little coughing fits. It's fine. It's fine.
Drink some water. Drink some coffee.
I know. I've got my tea. I've got my tea right now.
There you
Okay.
go. Yeah, so we've had tests and things in a couple of the papers.
Nice.
But it seems to be very easy so far. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
I kind of know how to do everything they're asking us to do already. But at the same time, that kind of gives it a bit of a boring feel because
Because you've done it already.
yeah,
You're
like
okay, I want to be
done all the
challenged.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it should stay interesting, I think, in most aspects of it. And it's been
Nice.
good so far. So yeah.
Nice. Good. Good. I'm glad. I know it's kind of weird to get like a whole new schedule and then you're like, okay, how am I going to fit this in?
Oh yeah.
but
I basically took a couple of weeks with hardly any streams, maybe 1 or 2 streams, just because.
Yeah.
Even though I had so much spare time during that, it was all just trying to figure out everything.
When you want to take your time with it too, and that's kind of like I wanted to like I can't tell you how many times when I was sick that I really wanted to just jump in and stream, but I was like, if I don't take the break, I'm not gonna get better. Like I'm gonna just be really sick for a long period of time, and I'm like, I just have to take a break. And even though it's like, but stream, like I want to stream, but yeah. Outside of, oh man, well, I love to cook, so I do that a lot.
Hence the
Cause
name.
Kitchen Wench. Right now we're kind of getting into, in the wintertime, I'm not a winter sports girl. It does snow a bit here and it gets real cold. So I tend to hibernate quite a bit and, I play my uke a lot, although I've been remiss with that lately because of the whole new schedule, so it's been a little bad.
Yeah.
But I like to just kind of chill, hang out. Well, I watch a lot of Twitch streams now, especially in the wintertime. But in the summertime, we have it's a kayak. It's a Hobie kayak. Have you ever heard of Hobie? I don't know if you've ever heard of that brand.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's weird. It's like your traditional kayak, but it has it's like a kayak with holes in the bottom of it that these weird fins flip through in the bottom, and so your kayak is actually pedal powered, not arm powered.
Oh.
Because Jake and I both have really bad shoulders, so it's really cool. It's kind of like. It's like fins underneath the kayak that is driven by a bicycle like pedaling gear with seats in it. So we will go kayaking a lot and
that's cool.
We go for walks and I'm kind of like I've been so in the like farm mentality that I just sold the farm last year. So it's strange to me. This will be the first summer that I have gone through where I don't have any farm chores to do. So I'm like, what are my hobbies now that I'm not working on my time off?
That's kind of cool.
So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do this summer. Probably a lot of like hanging out outside. I like being outside in the shade.
In the shade.
Well, it doesn't get I don't like being in the sun. I'm not much for like being in the hot sun, but I love going out in the kayak on the water in shady little groves and just pedaling and being quiet. I'm a quiet kind of kid, so I like hikes. Yeah, I like nature hikes when it's quiet.
That's cool.
That's kind of my what else do I do? God, I'm boring.
Yeah, I can tell, like, I'm going to be asking lots of people this question. I'm going to be bringing on existential crises all over the place. What am I doing with my life?
What am I doing with my life? I'm streaming. Well, no, I just like, I'm so, like my idea of a fun night with family is to just hang out and talk. Like I'm so the stories kid. So I'm just like, tell me what is new. Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on with my, like, I'm all about like sitting down. I'm so a mom, I think. Like, here's your plate of cookies and a cup of tea. And how's life? Like, tell me all the things. Oh my God, I'm an old lady. It's terrible. I love it.
Yeah, it would be kind of strange for you to go out on the town getting really drunk all the time, wouldn't it? So
I know, right? Like I can't because I'm allergic to alcohol. So I'm always
really?
DD, so I'm always the one like by the bar, like, all right, you guys, go have fun. Yeah, I'm allergic to alcohol. It makes my heart race. Like, like I've been given a shot of adrenaline, like even a tiny little sip of it, it just makes my heart race to where I feel like I'm being poisoned. It's really bad. So I'm not one for partying. I'm always I'll be the responsible one. I'll get you home and I'll leave you with a pie that you can wake up to. There's ice cream in the fridge. I ground some coffee for you. I hope you feel better in the morning. Take 2 Tylenol. Call me when you wake up. I'm
so
apparently
a mother bird the whole time.
Oh my God, I think I am. It's a good thing I don't have kids. I think I would like mother hen and choke them to death. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. I'm like, are you okay? Everything's good? You're good? Okay. Do you need to talk? No? Everything's fine in school? You got your homework done? Good? All right, now we can stream.
Hey, well, if you had a kid, then you could stream with your kid and it'd be amazing.
Oh my God, I know. Everybody's like, you'd be the coolest mom. I'd be like, do you think I'd be streaming if I was a mom?
Well, you could have
Probably
one of those,
not.
like, suspension, like the things you hang up in like a doorway with the kid in some suit thing bouncing up and down. You could have that in the background of your stream, just a kid bouncing around. Just every kind of hour or two, just like turn around and make sure they're still there, and then
make sure they're all right. That's what Paper Cut Rugburn does. Paper Cut Rugburn is another streamer. He's a Borderlands streamer. He always streams really, really, really early in the morning, my time. So it'd be way late in the morning for you. It'd be like 1 in the morning for you. Yeah, let's see. You're 3 hours behind me, so yeah, it'd be like 1 in the morning for you. He had just had a baby, and so he's got his baby and the little baby thing right next to him, and every now and then you'll hear the baby start making a bunch of noises and things like that, and then he'll just turn away from the game and he'll go, aren't you the sweetest little thing? And he starts talking to his baby. I'm sure all the girls just like go. And I'm like, is it a puppy? Can I play with it?
Yeah,
like, I like dogs.
I've got dogs, and sometimes they're in the background.
I can hear them, every now and then barking. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm all about puppies.
Do you have puppies?
Yes, I have one. Well, I call her a puppy, but she's 11.
Still a puppy.
She's 11. She's a little old lady. She's a little old lady. She thinks her body is a 5-year-old dog's, and it's not. So,
what breed?
She's mutt.
Mutts are the best.
Yeah. I can't even decide on like a distinct breed. She
what
her
color
whole litter is all totally different. Some of them have like really little dachshund legs, and some of them are like totally normal leg build. I mean, so Mama got out. Mama got out, and Mama saw the town. She, from my best guess, is a red healer.
Okay.
Because she's light. Tannish red color, and she's about that size. Yeah, she's about that size. So, she's about 35 pounds, so she's carryable if I needed to. But yeah, she's a really good dog. She's an ex-therapy dog. So she's a crotchety old lady. She's a crotchety old lady now, but yeah, she was a therapy dog, which means I could take her into hospitals and buildings, and she had her little vest, and she's a good girl.
Cool.
She's a good girl. She's a grumpy old lady now, though.
Grumpy
She's
old
like,
lady.
no. She really is. She's a grumpy old lady. She sees the other dogs. Somebody's got their dog off leash. She'll bark at them. Like, hey, now, no shenanigans and you stay off my lawn.
I used to know a dog like that, but she would be like that with people. Like, if you were in her house, you had to move around slowly or be sitting down somewhere, or you were really annoying her. Like, if you got up too quickly to go get a drink or something like that, she'd like snap in your direction or something like that. Like, not trying to hurt you, just calm down, man. Just calm down.
Yeah, calm. You just need to move a little slower and relax a little bit. Have a little bit less coffee next time, son. Yeah, that's my dog. But she's all about that with people or dogs. You know, if a dog is on like a long line leash where they're walking way out in front of their person and she thinks they're off leash, she'll kind of growl at them and she comes to let me know that shenanigans are happening outside and you need to deal with this, Mom. I'm just like, oh my God, what are you? Man, I was like, what happened to you? She's like, crusty old lady.
Had enough.
That's funny though. She's a good girl. She's a real good girl.
I suppose she doesn't game.
No, she should though. I should have like dog cam. That'd be funny. It'd be her like laying on the couch though, asleep.
A tablet with one of those like games made for pets where they just touch the screen lots.
Oh my gosh, I think she would look at it and she'd be like, I need to go take a nap. Because that's all she does now. Is nap because she's such an old lady. She'd look at it and be like, what is this? And you expect me to play with this? This is neither a bone nor peanut buttered anything. I'm going to bed.
we have like at this place there's a dog. She's quite old. I think she's like 10 years old or something like that. Labrador. She's quite fat and she's diabetic.
Oh no, that's adorable.
Yeah, but she is kind of the opposite of that. She's the most attention-seeking dog ever. If you're not paying attention to her and she thinks you should be paying attention to her, she'll just be lying down, just making noises at you. We call it gronking. So she'll just sit there gronking at you until you pay her attention, and then you give her attention, and it kind of like powers up her attention levels for about 10 seconds, and then if you ignore her again, she'll start gronking at you in 10 seconds. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's awesome. You will pay attention to me, and you'll pay attention to me right now.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm the most adorable.
It's annoying sometimes though, because she can be like in the kitchen and everyone's in the living room, and she'll just be sitting out there making noises, and she could come in and say hello to people, but it's just like, no, you guys got to come to me. I need attention here. I need attention.
I'm right here. My little one, she'll climb up. She's less so that way now, but she would, she's so used to everybody giving her the attention because, therapy dog. Oh, can I pet your dog? So she's just so used to everybody wants to see me. I'm the most important. And so people will come in and, they can't step in the door for lack of a dog being hi.
Hello, it's me. Are you here for me?
Now, I might explode and go every way at once if you do not lay hands on me at this very moment. And she's a wiggler, so she's just like, she's going to wiggle out of her whole body. Oh my God, it's awesome. She's adorable. She's adorable.
You should get lots more puppies.
Oh my God, I know, right? I have all the puppies. It's really bad. It's really, really and most girls, because I never wanted to be a mom, most girls squee over babies, and I see a little puppy and I'll be like, oh my God, look, it's a little puppy.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
I squee. It's really bad.
I don't think any babies are cute myself, but any puppy, almost any puppy, and I'll just be like, oh my God, that's the cutest thing ever.
That's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. We were actually Jake and I were sitting at the breakfast table the other day, and a gal down the street from us got a little puppy. And I just seeing her walk down the street, I tapped Jake's arm, I think he was on the phone with, I don't remember, he was on the phone, I think. And I was like, Jake, look outside. Oh my God, it's a puppy. I was just like,
It's a puppy.
it's a puppy. And he's just like, you're the weirdest person in the world. I'm like, I know, I can't help it. They're so cute. They're so adorable. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. I have a problem. I'm all right with it. I'm really surprised I don't have more. But I'm self-control. I'm like, oh, you're adorable, and you're somebody else's. Okay. All right, walk away. You cannot have all the puppies.
Yeah, my housemate is a bit different in that he can't control the amount of puppies he has. I think in the house there are now 9 dogs, I think.
Oh my gosh, no.
There's a mother, a Great Dane mother with 4 of her puppies. She had 6 puppies,
gosh.
but 2 of them got given away to friends. And they're like Great Dane, Saint Bernard cross, I think. So they're like these giant dogs. And then there's the fat diabetic Labrador. There's a new puppy. There's 2 new puppies in the house, actually. There's another Labrador, and I'm sure I'm forgetting
Oh my
one
gosh,
dog.
I
I might not
cannot
be
even
forgetting
imagine
one
that
dog,
many.
but that's it's like lots of dogs. And the other day he was
can't
talking about he
imagine.
was looking on Trade Me, which is like, I guess like eBay or something like that, but in New Zealand, and he's like, oh, I saw this whatever breed dog, and I might get
Oh my
that.
God, you're like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's an addiction. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, no kidding, right?
No, but
well,
I like
I mean,
it. It's
I'm in
cool.
an apartment, so I
Dogs
can't.
everywhere.
I don't have the yard space
Right,
to
yeah.
do it. But yeah, I mean, I had to control myself when I did have like all the space. I was just like, okay, you know, I can't. Yes, I can afford another dog, but you know, I want like a really, really well trained one. You know, because I'm so used to her being ex-therapy dog that she's just really, really well trained. So yeah,
You got to be able to spend the time
into doing it. Yeah, because it does. It's really cute when people will ask me that. How do you have your dog like walk right next to you, like right by your side when you go for a walk? And I'm like, years of training. Like, it doesn't happen overnight, trust me, as much as I would love to say, you just do this one thing and they get it.
Just lots of treats. There you go.
Lots of treats.
Lots of treats, many years.
Yes, many treats, many years of training. Lots and lots of training.
I like how we got onto dog talk.
I know, oh my God, I know, instead of games and Twitch and stuff, I know.
Although actually it's
tangents.
kind of a callback, because we did talk about that annoying dog in Duck Hunt at the start. So then it's all
Stupid,
come full
giggly
circle.
dog. Stupid. He has this little hissy laugh at you, and it's like, and I was just, shut up, you stupid dog. I'm going to find that and tweet that out later and be like, this dog started it all.
I guess back onto the main topic of this podcast, just before we end it, because I don't have too many other things to talk about here, unless we go on another giant tangent about, I don't know, gerbils
we're terrible.
or something.
No, please no.
But yeah, do you have any major plans or kind of interesting plans or anything moving forwards with your Twitch, or are you just going to keep having fun playing games?
That's the plan. I'd love to get partnered. That's the plan. I would love to make this
A job?
my job, yeah, and afford to do it. Because right now, you know, as a non-partnered, and you know this too, as a non-partnered, you live off your donation. So it's like I am donation and Patreon based entirely. So I actually find it really, really cute. And they're like, so how much does Twitch give you? Nothing at the moment. I survive based on the goodness of people in my stream and in my chat wanting to support me and the same vision that I have for creating a supportive, gaming positive, like, community. And that's what I try to do, is make a safe place for everybody to come and hang out and talk about whatever it is that they want to talk about. Kind of like online counseling, I guess. Twitch counseling. Where you just can try and connect with people that have the same things as you do. You know, I mean, even if it's not something that I have, like, I know that there are several people with major depression issues in my stream, and they come in and they talk to each other. And it's kind of a way for them to connect. Like, yeah, you're not alone. You might feel like you're alone, but you're really not. Like, everybody has something that haunts them to one degree or another. And it's kind of like that way to make a community, that for everybody to, like, realize. What I try to do with my stream is have people realize that there is no, like, real life and internet. Those worlds are the same world.
Yeah.
They're the same world, because, like, chat makes me, like, I react with my chat, and I'm a real person, and I have to realize that those names and those people, it's just their name, but they're real people behind those words. And so I try to forgive people when they have bad days, and I let people just be people and try not to, like, judge them for their interactions with me, unless it's, you know, like, tits or get the fuck out. Then I'm just like, bye, please leave. Like, seriously, nobody needs that in chat. Like, everybody can have a bad day. I'm just like, I'll ban you for 24 hours, and in a day, if you can learn what not to say to a girl in a stream, then you can come back in 24 hours and apologize. Or we'll just pretend that didn't happen, and that's how we'll move right along.
It's pretty amazing that you can create that kind of community just by playing games and talking to people.
And talking, isn't it cool? It's just like, but I think that it's a matter of the reflecting. Have you ever heard of the Vlog Brothers? Have you ever heard of them?
I've heard of them, but I don't think I really watched them.
They're YouTube. They're YouTube.
Oh wait,
brothers.
is that the science show?
Yeah, they do SciShow, and they do well, they have their where it's just John and Hank, and they go back and forth, and they try to they have just a communication back and forth with each other, and I binge watched all of their YouTube videos. And
that's right. They've got the series where they each make a vlog to each other.
Yeah. And they just talk back and forth with each other. Well, their big thing is decreasing world suck, increasing world awesome, and viewing people complexly. And so I really try to take that to heart, that it's like, okay, if we can make everybody feel awesome, that's going to make everybody in that person's world feel awesome. And that's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. And so that's my thing, is I'm just like, I try to view people complexly, that they're more than just, you know, you don't fit into this just one category. I try and view you complexly, increase the amount of awesome that happens on my stream, and decrease the amount of suck. And so I, like, love their stuff. And so that's kind of what I try to bring. I'm totally a nerd fighter. It's really bad. That's their name for doing the same thing as you're a nerd fighter. Why it's nerd fighter, I don't know, but I'm totally a nerd fighter. Right. It's awesome.
You can't see it, but I keep nodding a lot.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. I've been into one category, nerd. That's why I'm totally a nerd. I love it. I love it. I'm all right with it.
Cool. So you're just going to keep making the awesome. It's an awesome community.
My word's good.
Yeah. We keep doing that.
Yeah.
It's good that you keep speaking a lot, because then it makes me have less of these stumbles. Because I don't have to speak much.
I stumble a lot, and I say a lot, which W Rats was totally ragging on me before at my stream. He's like, you say a lot, Kitch. I'm like, yeah, I know, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, and like the inevitable goal is to get partnered, but that's a long way off. So I just have to keep making everybody more awesome.
Keep making awesome.
Keep making awesome. Yeah. We awesome good.
I just want to say to the people that are still in Twitch chat, if you have any questions, I'm out of questions, pretty much. So chuck them into chat, and we'll see if Kitch can answer them. I was gonna. There were two more questions I was going to ask after saying that people should do the Q&A, but we've pretty much covered them. It was the advice for new streamers and what you're looking forward to most with streaming. But I think we've pretty much covered that already.
Yeah, looking forward to is just keeping going and playing some different games. I do have a hard time playing some games because they make me dizzy because my eyes. I get dizzy really easy. So some first person games like Destiny and Tomb Raider make me a little dizzy. So I need to sit further away from the screen for that. So, but I'm excited to play some different games. And with different games comes different people. You know, so you get, like, I have like my Borderlands community people right now. So when you branch off into different games, you get different people. So that'll be fun.
New people that hang out in different areas.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, I'm sure that you're looking forward to not being sick.
Oh my gosh, yes. That's a very short-term thing. I'm looking forward to being able to breathe again. Ugh.
Cool. So it looks like we have some questions.
We have some questions. I love it.
Yeah. We'll see if I can do a good job. I'll ask them to you so that if anyone's listening,
sure. Yeah, please
post this. Then they can hear all of the questions. So
sure.
Pissed Off Jedi asks, "Is your husband also a gamer? And what are his thoughts about you being one and live streaming?" I did a terrible job of asking that. But.
No, that's fine. Yeah, Jake Saroma is actually my husband, so he's in chat right now. He is a gamer.
So he's part of Broco, wasn't he?
Yes, he's part of the Broco crew.
Definitely a gamer.
Yeah, he was more of a gamer than I was because I actually had to. A fun fact is I really hate when the controller vibrates and you couldn't turn off the controller vibrating in the PlayStation 1. So when I left Sega Genesis and went to PlayStation 1, I was always side by side with Jake, but I was the navigator because I hated holding the controller when it would vibrate. It drives me, like, it's sensory, drives me insane.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, oh god, it would drive me, like, I would throw the controller. Like, it freaked me the hell out. Like, it was really bad. I had to learn to be able to deal with it because, like, the controller vibrating would just anxiety. I don't know why. I
think the first DualShock controller for PlayStation 1 had a toggle vibration thing, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was just my one, I don't know.
I don't know. The one that we had, you couldn't turn it off.
Right, yeah.
So he would control.
Oh no, maybe it was the first one with a vibration in it. Maybe that's what that was. Yeah.
And I hated it. Yeah. I hated it. And you couldn't turn it off. So I would sit next to him and he would game. And we would game together, but I would not hold the controller. So a lot of those games, I didn't actually, like, he held the controller to completion, but like, okay, this is where you need to go, because he's a terrible, like, I have GPS in a game, I got this shit down. Like, I know where I'm going. So, and he doesn't. So I'd be like, okay, so remember that hallway with this one little thing in it and this tiny little room, and you need to go take a right here, turn left here, okay, take a right here. I could get him to the room that you needed. He goes, I would search around and do this for hours. So,
it's a team effort.
It's a team effort, yeah. So he's a gamer too. And his thoughts about me being a gamer and a streamer, well, he's the shy kid. So for him, like the idea of streaming causes insane anxiety. And I actually can talk to people and my brain doesn't freeze up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, yeah, you go ahead and do that. Have fun.
I'll stay over here.
I'll stay over here and I won't stream. But he has a harder time in chat, like being a girl, that it's as a girl gamer, it's interesting because so many people think that because you're a girl gamer, you're single. And I'm like 25 and I'm not, I'm 35. So a lot of people think, wow, you've got to be young, like 25 or younger, and you're single.
And you got to have big
you get hit on.
rims.
Yeah, exactly. You get hit on a lot. And so that's really, it's very strange. It's a very strange world to step into, having been a married woman for the last 13 years. I don't remember how long we've been married. 2001, however many years, 14 years. So it's just a very strange world to step into, but it's fun. It's fun to navigate.
And so he's not bothered by it all. He's just
No, he has to stay away from it because he wants to just roar at people like, "Why do you have to treat women like that?" You know.
Yeah.
And so it's. I'm like, don't pay attention to it. I'll just deal with it. Mods will deal with it, and we'll, it's best like if you just kind of ignore it and be like, haha, yeah, married, sorry. Moving on.
You should have a big overlay on your thing saying, "I'm married."
Yeah. Thanks. I know I'm hot. I'm also married. No. Oh man, that was so bad. Yeah. I know I'm good looking. Thanks very much. I'm just getting Kappa and sarcasm here. But yeah. So that's it's a weird world to step into, which we kind of had to navigate, like where the boundaries are with that, because he's like, don't people know that like you can't just do that to girls? I'm like, no, this is the internet. Where have you been? Yeah. I'm like, welcome to the internet. But yeah. So he's fine with it now. We've kind of figured out our boundaries of where he feels comfortable and I feel comfortable with it. Cool. Plus my mod's on point.
Sweet.
Thanks, John. John's one of my mods, so he's still in here. I have to say thanks. Yeah. Gotta throw out that thank you.
So, what's your favorite recipe? Cheech720 wants to know.
Oh my
favorite recipe, because you're a kitchen wench. You must know all the recipes.
Oh man, well, are we going dinner? Are we going pastries? Are we going bread recipe? Like what? Like I need to narrow down.
You've got too many options here.
No, I have too many options.
Well, why don't you do a dinner recipe? There you go.
My favorite dinner recipe is actually like, oh my god, it's really good. It's kind of like a chili recipe, and you put if you've canned them yourself, canned tomatoes. So 2 different types of canned tomatoes. Onions, balsamic vinegar, and like a roast, or you can. I prefer to use either pork or beef. It doesn't matter which one, but just some sort of roast, and you put it in the slow cooker, covered with all the like tomatoes and the onions and the balsamic vinegar and everything, and you slow cook it for. You put a little salt and pepper, and it's really simple. It's a really, really simple meal. Slow cook it for about 4 to 6 hours, and then make some rice, just sticky rice, and then take the roast out, shred it into shreds, and then put it all back in together with the tomatoes and things like that. And you pour it over the rice, and it's this really, really nice, yummy,
that does sound quite nice,
wintry stew. Nom nom. That's probably my favorite, fastest, easiest, least complicated recipe to say on stream, probably. Or pie making. I really like to make pie. I'm really good at pies.
Pies are good.
Yeah. I have too much frozen fruit in my freezer for pie making.
Do you ever make savory pies, like meat pies?
Excuse me. Yes, I will. But I usually do those in the summertime. Pies, like and I'll open face it. Like I'll have the pie crust along the bottom, and then I'll just kind of curl it around the edges, and then have all the meat and veggies and stew like things in it, but it's open faced.
Right.
But if I'm going to go the whole hog, then I'll actually make a pastry, like a pasty, where you can, like, it's a little pie. You just hold it and nom nom.
Yum. Yum.
Oh, I talk about food too much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's part of your name. Kitchen is part of your name. So,
That's true.
John's got a question. John, as you were just talking about him before, great mod, apparently.
Yes, he is.
If you could eat one thing, so it's back to food again, for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
If I could eat one thing.
In one form. So you can't take beef and fry it and then stew it, and it's got to be one form.
Oh my god. Eat one thing in one form for the rest of your life.
What's that thing? What's that thing? Do you know the thing I'm talking about? The thing. There's it's the white cube, and it's like vegan.
Oh, like tofu?
Tofu. There you go. Tofu.
Yeah.
What about tofu? Really bland. Go with that for the rest of your life.
Oh my god, that'd be so boring. No.
Exactly.
That'd be so boring. One thing in one form. Okay.
It's a difficult question.
I would have to say, and it would, if this is like the only thing that I can eat, I mean, it'll kill me, but I'd go with bread, because, I mean, if I'm going to die, I'm going to go out by eating bread, because why not, right? I would have to say probably really good French bread. Yeah,
French
with
bread.
the crust. I mean, I wouldn't be able to make it into toast. You know, I wouldn't be able, but it'd be so, like, I could, you can use bread in almost everything. So if I have to just
have bread, yeah, I can see that. That would work.
I mean, or cheese, hard cheese. That'd be
But
one
not
of the two.
Chocolate? You wouldn't go with chocolate? For the rest
No,
of
I
your
wouldn't
life?
go with chocolate. I love chocolate. Don't get me wrong. I love chocolate. But I could subsist on coffee, cheese, and bread. I would be like 400 pounds, but but
at least you'd be alive, and
I'd be alive. I'd be all right with it. You know, like, I can't say I wouldn't be. Yeah. Oh my god. But like French bread with cheese and balsamic vinegar, sign me up. And garlic. I'm sorry. I need to eat dinner apparently.
Yeah. Do you not eat dinner before you stream?
No, usually I do. Yeah, and I ate beforehand, but
That
doesn't second dinner.
Second
right?
dinner, yeah, of course. We're taking quite a long time on these questions, so maybe we should kind of quick fire these last ones. Don't be sorry.
Sure.
I'm enjoying this conversation. Just maybe it might be dragging on a bit for some people. I don't know. But
no problem.
We'll jump through these questions a bit quicker. So, what Joel's desk? Joel wants to know, what is the hardest game to stream that you've done?
The hardest game to stream.
I wonder if he means in terms of multitasking, or something like that, or if it's like just a difficult game.
I would have to say probably the most difficult game was Destiny, just because it's a newer game, but it's been out for like 3 or 4 months, so everybody has their opinion on this class is the best, that class is the best. Why are you taking so long to figure this out? Things like that where
chat was kind of making it a bit difficult.
Where it was, and I don't mind like when people backseat game, like that doesn't bother me, because I become a better gamer because of it. Can I give you this suggestion? Absolutely, fire it at me. Doesn't mean I'm going to take it, but you can fire at me that suggestion, and I may or may not take it. But if I do take it and I learn, then I become a better gamer. But
when people are kind of saying you're doing it wrong, I can't believe it. Oh my god!
That was difficult, but I just ignore them, and I just, at that point, I just start like purging people's chats, like, thanks very much, no. But I would have to say probably the most difficult game played would have to have been Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, difficult game as far as terms of learning all the things would have to be Binding of Isaac. But the game mechanics in itself is easier. I think probably the next most difficult game for me, if I ever stream it, would be Minecraft. Just because I've never played Minecraft. And everybody on Earth has.
Yeah.
So I would be, the complete and utter noob. Yeah, what does this do? Why don't you understand what wood this is? It's obvious, and it's not obvious to me.
Yeah.
So I would have to say probably Destiny, and then if I ever do Minecraft will be really difficult.
Cool.
Just because everybody knows.
Yeah. John again with another question. John's got many questions here. So if you could pick 2 people to narrate your life, who would you choose? If you can't think of anyone, we can move on to the next question. Often these kind of questions are a bit like, I've never thought of this, and I don't think I'll ever need to think of this. But
God, 2 people whose voices, I would have to say,
who's got a really nice voice that you would listen to all the time?
I really like. There's 2 people's voices that I really like as far as guy voices for narrating. Because guy voices I come up with first just because their voices are so distinct, so much more so than ladies' voices. But Benedict Cumberbatch, for one, because he's just got just a very distinct voice.
Yep.
And I don't want to say Morgan Freeman, but goddamn, that man's got a great voice. God, but for girls, I would want someone like Meryl Streep has a great speaking voice. I think she could do a really good job. Or I'm gonna totally forget her name. I can't remember her name.
That's fine.
And to your face, but yeah, I think for probably those 2 would be male and female. Yeah, I would have to think that Meryl Streep, she's got such a great voice. Yeah.
Right, so John was kind of asking, I think he says later, male and female is where he was going. So you can go Benedict Cumberbatch.
So I've got that. Yeah.
Cumberbatch? I said, that's not right. Cumberbatch.
I think, is it Batch? Yeah,
Cumberbatch.
I don't know, I can't remember.
Patch is the one that is to insult him. So.
Oh, Benedict and Betty White. Betty White's got a good voice too, John. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, she's
all right,
got
so
a
you
good
got
voice
many
too,
people.
but yeah.
Call them up and see if you can get that done.
Yeah, be like, hey, can you please?
Do you know the first person that you watched on Twitch or just on TV?
Arleson, 85. Was the first person that I knew was on stream. I had heard about Twitch from watching the Philip DeFranco show on YouTube, but he was not on when I actually went to Twitch to look for him. So I believe I just searched Borderlands. And I know that Gathalion and Baru were both streaming Borderlands at the same time, but I'm pretty sure, because I'd followed Rob on YouTube, I'm pretty sure that it was Arleson, that I was like, oh, hey, look, he's got a Twitch. So I'm pretty sure it was Rob. I don't remember for fact, though, but I'm pretty sure it was Rob. I really wish I remembered that.
Another interesting question from John. The last one was from John as well. He's giving all the questions.
Good one.
Do you think you'll ever be comfortable with being called your first name on Twitch? Do people know your first name, first of all?
A lot of people know. I would assume I'm not really quiet about it. Right. I've got my name on my stream, which people can go to my group and see my actual profile account. So I have it on there. It's Jen. But it doesn't bother me if people call me Jen. I'm afraid because I have genocide kind of in my group that usually when I see Jen on there, I think that they're referring to genocide.
Right.
So
Kitsch is more identifiable as you.
Yeah, I know that you're talking to me.
Yeah.
But some people, like outside of, they'll call me Jen, or they'll come in and say, "Hey, Jen." And if I've just started a stream and I know Genocide's not in, I know they're talking to me. Which is fine.
So
it
you are
doesn't bother me
comfortable with
at all.
it. It just can be confusing sometimes.
Yeah, I don't want it to be confusing where people are like, who's this Jen? Me, Kitsch. You know, who is Kitsch? Kitchen. You can call me Kitchen if you want to type out the whole thing, but, you know, most people just call me Kitsch, which is fine. That's fine too.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's the questions. I can't really see any others. If I missed your question, I am so sorry. Maybe you'll be able to ask it next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun podcast. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you very much for being on the podcast. I really appreciate
it. Yeah. Of course.
Now, I guess you should tell everybody where they can find you. Where do you have things?
Where do I have all the things?
All the things.
All the things. On Twitch, I am on kitchen_wench. Wench. That's hard to say. Apparently, kitchen_wench is my Twitch handle, and on Twitter, I am at kitchen wench, but so it's kitch 3N wench. The E in the kitchen is a 3 because kitchen wench was taken. Thanks, Twitter. And yeah, I do have a YouTube, but I haven't really spent any time on there at all, doing anything on there. So I do need to do that, but yeah, when I have more time, I'll do it. I'll get around to it.
Cool. And you can find me. I'm Mr. Gruntle everywhere. So twitch.tv/Mr. Gruntle, youtube.com/Mr. Gruntle, and twitter.com/Mr. Gruntle. I also have a Hitbox account now, but I probably won't be using it very much because there's no one over there.
There's no one there.
Yeah.
Dang.
But that's me, and that's Kitsch. Is there anything else that you wanted to say during the podcast, or is that enough for you?
I just thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Thanks
you're
for
welcome.
everybody
You're
for asking
entirely
questions
welcome.
and
I'm so glad I could get you on the podcast.
I'm sorry I couldn't be on last week. I'm glad that I was like, oh no, when I got your thing, I was like, no, I'm too sick. I won't be able to talk.
Yeah, that's all right. I got a good guest anyway. Yeah. So yes. Oh, I should say also, my YouTube account has all of the past podcasts. All of them. There's just 2 of them. So it's the Epic Dan podcast and the Classic Queen podcast. You can find them on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mr. Gruntle. So yeah, Thanks everybody for listening. Thank you very much, Kitsch, for being on the podcast. And I hope to see more people and the same people next time. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, thank you very much for listening to it. And yes, all of that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Thanks, everybody.
All right, and that's it from me. Bye.
Bye.
It's a strange ending. Bye.
Bye. I know, right?
I never know how to end these things.
I didn't know if you wanted to pause it. I wasn't sure, so I was like, oh gosh.
All right, I'm going to hit the stop streaming thing now.
All right.